Hi, and hope you are doing well. I'm Jadi, and these days everyone is speaking about n8n. In this short video, I want to show you the concepts behind n8n, show you how not to pay $25 per month to play with it, install it yourself on your own machine or on a VPS, even for production, and also give you some ideas on how to start. I've seen many courses about this. They promise that if you know this, you can do magics and you will earn money. It's never like that. Nobody pays you because you know something. People pay you if you can solve a problem for them, if you can entertain them. If they are bored, it's solving their boredom problem. Anyway, and also it's not about going to all the menus talking about this. You have that. If you have a general idea, you can find your way there. n8n, if you haven't heard, is an automation workflow, and now AI automation workflow. The reason is, the reason why people like it today is it's in the camp of low code or no code camp. When programming started, you had to write in machine code. It was difficult. When assembly came, people was like, oh, it's very easy. It's much easier than machine code because you can say multiply, blah, blah. Much easier. Then we had C, which was English. Python is even Englisher. And we started making programming easier and easier. Nowadays, people speak about vibe coding. They create bugs by just telling computer what to do. But the idea of low code or no code is a kind of an old idea. You create boxes. For example, in our company, we use one of these. You have different boxes. You just connect things to each other and say, read data from here, then do this, then do that, extract this, do this idea, and create these two outputs, blah, 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 blah. And you just drag and drop boxes. Most of the boxes are predefined because whatever we do in programming, in 99% is already done by someone else. We are reading something from internet, we are checking the value with something, we're extracting something, we're going through lines in an Excel sheet or whatever. All of them are repetitive tasks, well-known tasks. So if you have enough boxes, this should work. And if it's not, you can add some code. So it's low code. Anyway, but in general, if you want to do your own workflows, it asks you to pay $25 per month, which is high, and you need a company email and everything. But the point is, this is a free software and it's on GitHub with 94,000 stars. Super cool. What you can do here is run it for yourself. And the reason that n8n is this awesome, one reason is because it's free software, it's open source. So whenever someone needed a connection with blah blah service, they just added it and it's added to the project. So if you want to run it by your own and play with it, just search for Docker install n8n. You can run it with Docker. As you already may know or may not, Docker is kind of a virtual machine. Is not a correct word because you have your machine here, it runs Docker, so you can have containers on top of your machine. One of them can be a Linux. One of them can be a Linux running n8n. And the kernel is shared and some other stuff. Technically, it's not a virtual machine, but it's a container. So you can just run a n8n container and boom, you have a container running n8n for yourself. It can be your own machine or a virtual private server or whatever thing you have access to, but you need Docker. So for example, I'm on Ubuntu. So Ubuntu Docker install. Whenever you search for something to do something on your computer, understand what you're doing. Don't just copy paste from internet to your own computer. Here it's Docker docs, so it should be safer. Found on the first search on the Google, a little bit safer. And I understand these commands. It adds a key ring, downloads Docker, GPG key, adds to the repository, and then when you've done those, you can install Docker and try if you have Docker correctly or not. It has sudo, but my user is part of Docker group, so I don't need that one. I can say Docker run hello world. Welcome to Docker. So Docker is there. Let's go for n8n. For n8n, I highly suggest. I do lots of automation. Recently, I found out about n8n, and previous week I automated 3 different things which I use every day, and they are running and checking something for me which is needed. So it's very, very useful task. Even in our company, our boss was speaking about saving some data about the chats and everything in the ClickHouse, so later he can go through them, check them, query them. And I've told him this is very easy. It can say any new chat in a Discord, whenever it's there, just save it to this specific URL, send it here, save it in the database. Very easy, very, very straightforward. So it says Docker create volume. Let's do this. And on the second step, it just runs Docker with n8n. Very straightforward. You can see what it does. It says Docker, okay, run interactively, name it, connect this port. So this is your computer. This is my n8n container in a Docker. I'm running it. It exposes port 5678. So I say whenever on my computer I connect to this port, just go to that port. And n8n data, use the volume we just created as this location. So whatever saved in this will be saved in this. And as you know, in Linux machines, this is kind of whatever happens in a program goes here, n8n. So all the data is saved into this one. This is good because if I stop my Docker, if I update my Docker, if I move my Docker some other machine, whatever, as long as I'm using the same volume, it's the same Docker, it's the same instance of n8n. Practically all the data is saved there. So I have access to my user, whatever I created and everything. It seems the same machine as long as I'm using this data. This may take a few seconds or minutes, but I've already downloaded this and running this, so it's much easier. It says go to localhost 5678. Let's try it. 5678. And this is your personal free n8n machine. My first name is Jadi. It needs a real password. It needs some data. Let's keep this in normal. I try to provide this on my instance, but here it's just for education because they did the good thing to provide this for free, and I will be glad to give feedback at least, or a star. And also I'm paying $25, but I wanted to show you that it's not a obstacle if you want to start learning about it. Here you can create workflows, and they're very straightforward. In many educational videos, people may go through all of this, but it's not needed. If you have the understanding, you can just search, assume that it has this. For example, I want to run an event every 10 minutes. I will go with time or schedule. Schedule trigger. Okay. How should it schedule? On minutes, on 10 minutes. The only drawback for me in the UI is you have to go here to go back. Now it's here. I would prefer a OK or done or something. Now, I want to create something to check the price of Dogecoin. If it's lower than 0.15, message me on Telegram. I sold some of my Dogecoin and waiting for the price to go down. So, I will add something else. How should I check for the price of Dogecoin? In programming, I know that I should use an API, Application Programming Interface. You have some data somewhere, another program requests it and gets back the data. This is the general idea behind APIs. This is why I'm telling you that learning things by going through menus is not that useful. But if you know and understand the concept behind things, you can search for modules you want and just use them. So I will search for a Dogecoin price API. I have different things. Let's go to this one. Accept all. There is an API endpoint. It says if you call this, you will get a data like this. Very, very nice. I can also try it in my terminal. Curl command is your friend here. Curl this. And remember, it's important to have green on black terminal. You will look like a noob. This is data. This data is called JSON. Very easy to understand. Curly bracket open, curly bracket closed. Symbol equals Doge. Name is Dogecoin. Address is blah blah. Blockchain is blah blah. Price is blah blah. This is JSON format. Nowadays, many web APIs speak with JSON. It's like this. Name is Jadi. Age is blah blah. And other things, and it's closed here. It can be nested. Anyway, we have this. But even when you are working with something useful like n8n, you don't even need that much understanding of this. If you know the basics, it will work. I would say API. It says yes, it's a HTTP request. True. Where is your URL? This is my URL. I can do a test. It goes, gets this data and show me the results. Very interesting and beautiful. So back. I will say with this schedule, run this. Now what? I want to check the price. You don't need to go to a course to search for if. There is an if. I will have an if. Value. Check what? Sorry, my size is a little bit small. Check what? It says from previous node, I have this information. I want to check the price. Cool. Check if price number is less than. This is what makes programming easier using these tools. If the price was less than 15, 9, so I will have answer for 15, do something. Schedule timer, check HTTP. If, what is this? Because of changes in the workflow output. Anyway, then check with a if. If true, this will happen. If false, this will happen. I want to connect it to the Telegram. So just search for Telegram. It has a Telegram integration. Very complete. 24 actions. Send a message. When I want to send to the Telegram, I should be able to identify myself on a Telegram. So it needs to create new credentials. It says you need help filling this, open documentation, or you need an access token. Chat with the bot fodder to obtain the access token. If I want an access token, I have to create a bot. And there is a very nice hint here. So I will go to my Telegram. This is bot fodder. I will say new bot. Okay, what do you want to name it? Jadi stream tests. Okay, good. Now let's choose a name. It must end in bot. Jadi stream bot. Oh, it was here. So done. I created it. This is your access token. Cool. So I will copy that one here. Later I will delete this bot because now you have my bot's access token. It tries it, connection tested successfully. So technically even it tried it. Much easier and safer to go forward. Otherwise you may have problems, an error, you have to double check everything works fine or not. Okay, credentials to connect with, connects using this bot. Resource message, send a message. I need a chat ID. It says forward one of your messages from the group you want to get ID bot, and you will have the chat ID. Let's try that. I created a fake channel here. I try something here and will forward it to the user get chat ID. forward this. Get ID bot, sorry. It says, okay, your ID is this. Don't forget the minus. So I will copy this and will move it there. Okay, and what is the text? The price of Doge is good. Sell, sell. The price is, you can go to the expression and here you can even say execute previous nodes. And price is here. So you can create even more complicated things. Now I can test my step. Not sure if I ran this correctly, but let's go forward. I have this, I have the chat ID. Okay, let's go back. Now I have this in case the price is good. I can copy paste this to also activate the false part and say the price of Doge is bad. Wait, it is. Wait a bit more. Okay, now I have also this. So if I try to execute this, let's see what runs. No data here. The reason is, let's try here, execute previous nodes. Now I have this data, test. Chat not found. Ow. I should add the bot to this chat. Very sane. Administrators. Add an administrator here. Okay, save. The user had no access. Very logical. Right? Chat's not found. This user doesn't have access to that chat. Test system. Cool, this was a test. Wait a bit more. Now I have a workflow which checks an API every 10 minutes. If the price is good, will inform me. If it's bad, it still informs me just for test. But you have to activate it. Now it's activated. So every 10 minutes, this will run. It's super cool. And you saw how easy it was. In normal, I will remove this because I don't need this. But who cares? It's a free call. And it's your own n8n. If you wanted to go forward, one idea is exploring these sections. For example, there is an AI nowadays. You can create an open AI connection, create an assistant, message a model, send a message to a model, and lots of other things like generating an audio. So what you can create, check every 1 hour, schedule it, so it's input, schedule it, check Twitter for trends, although Twitter is not fun anymore, at least for me, but find the trends, choose the first one, so filter for the first one, then ask ChatGPT to create a scenario based on what you found as a current trend, then give it to a voice generator, create a 10-minute podcast based on that topic, and publish it to a podcasting server. For free, very easy. Okay, this won't be very free because you need OpenAI, but for cheap, you can create a system to generate AI-generated trending podcasts. And it works by itself. And you will spam everything. Anyway, this can be fun. For example, you can just check Twitter for your company and found out all the people talking about you, then check every one of them, and if its sentiment is very bad, message someone in HR to contact them, for example. You can create unlimited things based on your imagination. This is why n8n is very cool. Gives you the tools without much hassle. Have fun. Hope you liked it. Subscribe, please, if you're here.